So on the first problem here, we're solving 27 equals x to the 3 halves. I'm going to do this 3 different ways, and whichever way makes the most sense to you is the one that you want to use. So this could be 27 equals the 3rd root of x squared, or 27 equals the 3rd root of x all raised to the 2nd, or we could just leave it in this form. We'll do all of them, and we'll probably all decide that one of them is super easy. So, if I were to solve this first problem, if I look at x and I go through order of operations, what's the first thing that happens to x? Squared and then 3rd root. So when we undo these, we do them in reverse order. How do you get rid of a 3rd root? You cube it. Oh, wait. How about I do this the right way? It's the square root of x to the 3rd. Okay. So how do I undo a squared? Or square root? I square it. So this cancels that. How do I undo x to the 3rd? Cube root. So this ends up being the cube root of 27 squared. Over here, I need to undo the 3rd first. So I 3rd root it, and then I square it. So 3rd root, and then squared. And notice, this and this are really the same thing, right? It's just a difference of putting the 2 on the inside or the outside. No, it doesn't matter. There are some cases where it matters, but I've never seen it happen, so I wouldn't worry about it. So if I did the 3rd root of 27 squared, I get 9. And just to remind you what this means, if you were to cut 27 into 3 equal multiplications, what would they be? Or no, is it 3? Yeah, 3. Be 3 times 3 times 3. How many of those 3's are in our answer? 2, so 3 times 3 is 9. Okay? Well, in my opinion, that takes too long. So I wouldn't do it that way. I would look at this, and what I want is something equals x to the 1st. That's my goal, is to get x to the 1st. Well, if I have 4 squared and I raise it to the 3rd, how do those interact? Well, it's like saying 4 squared times 4 squared times 4 squared, which is 4 to the 6th. So what's the interaction here? Multiplication. So the easiest way to solve this, in my opinion, is to figure out what number I could times by 3 halves to turn it into a 1. The reciprocal, which is 2 thirds. Then 2 cancels 2 and 3 cancels 3. And over here I get 27 to the 2 thirds, which is the 3rd root of 27 squared. So if I were to type in 27 and raise it to the 2 thirds, I should get 9. And I think that's the easiest way to do this, is just raise it to the reciprocal power. Now, remember, if your calculators don't lift up the exponents, but they use the caret button, you need parentheses. If you leave the parentheses off, you'll get the wrong answer. So the rest of these just get a little bit harder, but they're still not bad. Look at number 7. So if I look at n and I follow order of operations, what happens to n first? Minus 27, then raised to the 3 halves. So I'm going to undo them in reverse order. How do I undo 3 halves? Raise it to the 2 thirds. So 64 to the 2 thirds. That cancels this. Then what? Then I would add 27. So 64 raised to the 2 thirds plus, oops, got to get that out of the exponent, plus 27 will be 43. Turn the page. Look at number 11. So let's follow order of operations. What happens to b first? Is it multiply or is it exponent? exponent, and then multiply, and then add 10. So in reverse order, we would add 10, and then, well, how do we undo the 4? We would divide 4, and then we would raise it to the, well, the goal is to get b to the first. What can I times this by to get 1? Negative 4/3. So we're going to take this, we'll add 10, we'll divide everything by 4, and then we'll take that number and raise it to the negative 4/3. And that will be my answer. Simple enough, right? Oh, sorry. It's subtract 10. Thank you. I knew I hired you for a reason. Okay, good luck.